Well, I'm here with Carol Adelman of Adelman's Peony Gardens. And you know, Carol, I think in the fall we all are kind of taking a breath from the spring and the summer, and harvesting in the fall is pretty much getting done. But there are some things that we can do to our peonies to really make them even more beautiful the next year.
Yes, if you cut the foliage down to the ground in the fall, you'll have a nice clean area for the new foliage to come up in the spring. Plus you're reducing the number of fungus spores there to affect the plant when we have a really wet spring.
Yeah.
And the fungus can kill your buds, and it can affect the leaves. If it got really bad, it could kill your plant.
And you really want to make sure to remove the leaves completely out of the garden. Don't try to mulch them or leave them on the ground, because you want to get those spores out of there.
You shouldn't drop them on the ground, because the fungal spores will bounce off onto the soil.
Yeah.
Put them in a container and put them directly into the garbage, just to reduce all the spores on your property.
Well, why don't you show us how are we going to go about cutting these?
We're going to cut bush peonies clear to the ground.
Oh wow, you're just going right down to soil level. Look at that. And then once that's cut,
we're going to pick those up.
There you go.
And put them
right into
our container here, so they don't fall off onto the ground.
Well, now there's basically 3 different types of peonies. Are they all done the same?
The intersectional peonies, which are a cross between the tree and bush peony, are done the same. The tree peonies leave the woody stems up in the winter, and so you could either pick the leaves off or let them fall off naturally and gather them up, but you don't cut the tree peony stems to the ground.
Yeah, because you want those, the whole purpose of them is their height and their beauty and their size.
Right, and they're not meant to be like a tree rose, they're meant to be a multi-stem shrub.
Well, now what about, Carol, what about fertilization? Is this the time of year to do that?
Yes, it is. It's a good time to do it, and we have some here. We recommend tulip fertilizer. This is a peony fertilizer that we have. But mostly you want lower first number, low nitrogen fertilizer. So we usually recommend for the homeowner just to use tulip fertilizer.
And then it's just to follow the directions, I'm sure, just to sprinkle it onto the plant?
Yes, it's just for a first year plant, it's 1/8 of a cup. But you have to remember that the roots are extending clear out around the edge of the leaves.
Well, and you know, we have a perfect example of that right here. This is an intersectional, which is a cross between tree.
No, this is a regular bush peony.
Oh wow, it's huge.
Cream puff, and this is a 2 or 3 year old plant that's grown in optimum conditions. And so you can see that you need to put the fertilizer out from the plant so that the fine roots can take it up.
Yeah, because Carol, this one is it almost looks like 2 feet. That's a huge root. So you really want to make sure that you're not just putting it right on the ground, spreading it around. Now, what if, you know, there's different stories about this, but you don't really ever have to dig up a peony and separate it, do you?
No, no. Peonies don't come true from seed, so to send you a division of a plant, we have to grow the plant itself, dig it, and divide it. But in your landscape, if it's happy there, it can grow in the same place for 50 years.
Wow, wow. So
they don't need dug up in the fall like dahlias. They're winter hardy. They grow up in Wisconsin and Minnesota, up into Canada and Alaska. So don't bother with them in the winter, they'll be just fine. Now,
if, let's say I'm being kind and wanted to give a part of it to like a friend, how would we go about doing that?
Well, it's good to get it dug up and washed so that you can see what the structure is. But these eyes make the stems and leaves and flowers next year. So you want to leave 3 to 5 of those on each division with some roots. It has to have both roots and tops, so probably take a short bladed knife and cut right here, and you could easily make that into 2 plants.
And would this be the time of year to do that then?
Yes, fall is a very good time to do that.
Okay, and then you just plant it back normally and make your friend very happy that they have it.
And they're very shallow planted. Over these little growing eyes, you only put 2 inches of soil.
Okay.
And even in cold climates and hot climates, the same 2 inches of soil.
So I'm assuming as long as the soil is tillable, we can get these out, dig them up, share them with friends, whatever.
Yes.
Well, you know, if you don't have peonies in your garden, you are missing a beautiful plant that is breathtaking with those blooms. And if you have some and you want some more, we can't think of a better place than Adelman's Peony Gardens to pick some up at. Carol, thank you so much. You can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. Thanks a lot.